Hi there. It's July 11th and time for Proverbs 11. Let's jump over there and we'll get into it. These are more Proverbs, the actual Proverbs that started yesterday. Okay. Dishonest scales are detestable to the Lord, but an accurate weight is his delight. Now, this is an obvious thing. We're going to talk about this a little bit. Have you heard of something called shrinkflation? So they put something in a smaller package, take some of the weight off of it, but charge you the same price for the full weight. Okay? For example, they used to sell cereal by the pound. Okay, and pretty soon, then they sell coffee that way too. Coffee was sold by the pound. Now, cereal, if you look at the weight, it has like 13 ounces instead of the customary 16. Coffee is sold in 12 ounces, 3/4 of a pound, but they're charging you the same price. Okay. Sometimes they'll even put it in a bigger box to make it look like you're getting more. But if you look at the weight, it's less than the old, smaller packaging. These are dishonest scales. Okay. In the old fashioned, they measured everything, and they would cheat. Okay. They would cheat. They would hollow out one of the weights and put lead or something in there to make it heavier than it should be. Right. Cheating. And it must have been a problem because Solomon talked about this a lot in Proverbs. Yeah. When pride comes, disgrace follows, but with humility comes wisdom. All right. You think you know it all, and somebody comes up, always, who knows more than you and makes you look like an idiot. Okay. Humble. Wisdom comes with humility. For being humble, that's important. Okay? The integrity of the upright guides them, but the perversity of the treacherous destroys them. Right? Caught in their own traps. Wealth is not profitable on a day of wrath, but righteousness rescues from death. Right? You can't take it with you. Spend all your life and sacrifice your family and your free time to get something you can't take with you. Think about that. 5. The righteousness of the blameless clears his path, but the wicked person will fall because of his wickedness. The righteousness of the blameless. What did I say over here? The godly are directed by their honesty. 7. When the wicked man dies, his expectation comes to nothing, and hope placed in wealth vanishes. Right? You end up in the same size grave as everybody else. The righteous one is rescued from trouble. In his place, the wicked goes in. We're all hoping that happens here, huh? With his mouth, the ungodly destroys his neighbor, but through knowledge, the righteous are rescued. Through knowledge. You like that? Learn everything you can. When the righteous thrive, a city rejoices, and when the wicked die, there is joyful shouting. Right. There's enough times in history where you can see that, huh? Okay, 11. A city is built up by the blessing of the upright, but it is torn down by the mouth of the wicked. All right. You see what happened to America in the last 3 or 4 years, huh? Torn down by the mouth of the wicked. But it was built up by the blessing of the upright. Right? 5 years ago, this country was in better shape than it had ever been, and one person or one group of people can completely destroy it in almost no time at all. We'll highlight that just because we talked about it. Right? Story of America. Whoever shows contempt for his neighbor lacks sense, but a man with understanding keeps silent. Right? Keep your mouth shut. Always keep your mouth shut. A gossip goes around revealing a secret, but a trustworthy person keeps a confidence. Okay. God hates gossip. Hates gossip. And that's what it is. You're revealing somebody else's secret that they entrusted you with. Okay? And you're not going to have that friend very long. And you'll lose all your other friends because you told a secret and never ends well. Okay, 14, without guidance people fall, but with many counselors there is deliverance. 15, if someone puts up security for a stranger, he will suffer for it. But the one who hates such agreements is protected. Right. This is co-signing for somebody else's loan. Solomon was really, really against that. A gracious woman gains honor, but violent men gain only riches. Okay? Money doesn't make you happy, okay? It just creates a bigger hole that you keep trying to fill. Think about that. 17, a kind man benefits himself, but a cruel man brings disaster on himself. Right? Be kind. Always be kind. The wicked man earns an empty wage, but the one who sows righteousness a true reward. Right. The wicked man earns an empty wage. Yeah. I like it in the New Living Translation. It says, evil people get rich for the moment, but the reward of the godly will last. That's cool. Get rich for the moment, but the reward of the righteous will last. That's cool. Okay, 19. Genuine righteousness leads to life, but pursuing evil leads to death. Got that? 20. Those with twisted minds are detestable to the Lord, but those with blameless conduct are his delight. Right. 21. Be assured that the wicked will not go unpunished, but the offspring of the righteous will escape. Right? Be assured the wicked will not go unpunished. Yeah. 22. A beautiful woman who rejects good sense is like a gold ring and a big snout. Yeah, that always says it different somewhere else. A woman who is beautiful but lacks discretion is like a gold ring and a big snout. Completely worthless. Right? The desire of the righteous turns out well, but the hope of the wicked leads to wrath. Right. 24. One person gives freely yet gains more. Another withholds what is right only to become poor. I'll highlight that one. Okay, it says in Malachi, and it says all over the Bible, whatever you give to the poor or give to help, God will pay you back with interest. Okay, you always receive more than you gave. It never, ever fails. God actually said, test me in this. Only place in the Bible where he says, test me in this. Okay, basically saying, I dare you, right, to give that to the poor and see if I don't give you back more than you gave. Right? Happens every time. God's filling your cup. You set it on a shelf. He's not going to fill it because it's full. And you're not doing anything with it, so it'll dry up. And you'll end up with nothing. If you're pouring out your cup, right, blessing others, he's going to fill your cup. The faster you pour it up, the faster he's going to fill it up. Okay? Very basic science lesson for today. 25, a generous person will be enriched, and the one who gives a drink of water will receive water. Got that? Kind of goes with the person up there with 24. 26, people will curse anyone who hoards grain, but a blessing will come to the one who sells it. Right? Some people get all their riches and the grain and stuff, and they hide it away and hoard it. Nobody can touch it because it's mine. Right? 27, the one who searches for what is good finds favor. But if someone looks for trouble, it will come to him. Right. I always love that one. You look for trouble, you're going to find it. Okay, every time. Search for what's good. Don't look for trouble. 28, anyone trusting in his riches will fall, but the righteous will flourish like foliage. Foliage. Right. Anyone trusting in his riches will fall. You trust in your money, it's going to go away. You will fall. 29, the one who brings ruin on his household will inherit the wind, and a fool will be a slave to someone whose heart is wise. Right. Lots of people do this too. 30, the fruit of the righteous is a tree of life, but violence takes lives. Right. Tree of life. And 31, if the righteous will be repaid on earth, how much more the wicked and sinful? Right. Question. If the righteous will be repaid on earth, how much more the wicked and the sinful? They'll be repaid for what they sow, right? There you go, that's 11. We'll go over our highlights here. We talked about this, dishonest scales, shrinkflation. Still happens. They hide it, but they have to tell you the truth at some point. All right? Right here. When pride comes, disgrace follows, but with humility comes wisdom. I like that. If you're proud and you walk here and I'm smart, I'm all this, somebody's going to knock you off that pedestal, okay? Because you can't know more than everybody in the world. You can't, okay? You can't know more than everybody. There's somebody there that knows more than you, likely in the same room, and they're going to make you look like an idiot. With humility comes wisdom. Be quiet. Be humble. What else did we highlight? Part of 9. With his mouth the ungodly destroys his neighbor, but through knowledge the righteous are rescued. Knowledge. Learn this stuff, okay? Learn this stuff. I highlighted 11. A city is built up by the blessing of the upright, but is torn down by the mouth of the wicked. All right? And you can look at any country, America especially, okay? Between 2016 and 2020, America was the shining beacon of the world, okay? We had all the produce, we had all the oil, we were selling stuff, we were respected, people were flooding in our country, looking for good opportunities. And then evil people come in. And what amazes me is how quickly something that prosperous can be torn down and turned into garbage. It's just amazing how fast that can happen. And the power that a very few people can have over a very large country. It's amazing. Highlighted 13, a gossip goes around revealing a secret, but a trustworthy person keeps a confidence. Okay. God hates gossip, okay? Every time he talks about things that are detestable to God, gossip is on the list, okay? Gossip, slander. Okay. And it's one of my main peeves. I hate gossip. The TV and social media is mostly gossip. You notice that? Telling you other people's business that they have no right telling you, okay? Just for the drama. Get away from that stuff. And we highlighted 17. A kind man benefits himself, but a cruel man brings disaster on himself. So be kind, okay? If you're cruel, there's always somebody that's nastier than you are and bigger than you are that will take you down. Be kind. It doesn't hurt anybody to be kind. And it costs nothing. We highlighted 24 and talked about this. One person gives freely, yet gains more. Another withholds what is right, only to become poor. Okay? Talked about the cup, about giving, how you always receive more than you give. Every time. Guaranteed. And if you don't believe that, you've never tried it. 27, the one who searches for what is good finds favor, but if someone looks for trouble, it will come to him. Right? Search for good stuff and you'll find it. If you look for trouble, you'll find it. Every time. And part of 28, anyone trusting in his riches will fall. Trust only in your money, it's not going to be there. Okay? So, there you have it. That's Proverbs 11 for July 11th. Losing track of time here. Let's see what we're doing over in our Through the Bible in a Year today. Amos. We're finishing out Amos. Okay? The prophet of doom. So, there you have it. Catch up on any you missed. Stay tuned for Through the Bible in a Year later. We are on day 193. So, quickly getting through that. So, remember, be humble. Be kind. Okay? See you next time.